By all means, if anything you want to ask, that's what the whole point of interactive classes is, that, you've got someone asking you and you can, rather than me talking to myself all the time, it's quite awkward. You get used to it,
Yeah.
I sometimes think, my mum would be thinking, what's she doing talking to herself? Okay, so now what we'll do is...
I've just thought, did you put seam allowance on there? Did you add that on as you did?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, so everything's ready.
Yeah. This has got plenty of seam allowance in it. It's quite wide anyway.
Yeah.
But this fabric, again, is one that will hang, will fall quite nicely because it's quite a lightweight fabric.
Yes.
Now, the good thing with this one is that it doesn't need no lining.
That's what I thought. I didn't get any lining.
Now, the other chiffon that you bought, that will need lining. So you sort of need a little bit of experience, I suppose, with that one.
Yeah, well, I've never lined anything before. I don't really know.
Now, see, the other thing that you do with lining is the lining, you would cut it more to the shape. So, whereas we're
make
cutting...
it smaller.
Whereas we're cutting the neckline quite wide, you wouldn't put the gathers in the lining as well. And I'd make that more to fit the body shape.
Yeah. And also I was thinking, with the material, I bought 1.5 meters. I could probably have got away with 1 meter, do you think? Or
Yeah. But then, depending on, because we're going to add a frill, and the frill does take a fair bit of fabric. But a lot of the time you can get away with 1 meter. That's one. Plus, these fabrics are big width. So, this cutting out...
it's 60
wide,
60, isn't it?
60 inch wide. Now, what we might do is, the frills, I don't know if I think they're cut on just the straight. Sometimes you can cut the frills on the bias and they hang a lot nicer.
Right.
But then with the frills, if they cut on a bias, the problem that you can have is, depending on what machine you've got, because they're hard to turn.
Right.
So sometimes, now when
I've just got my own sewing.
Okay, so just a tip here, yeah. This area, look, it's coming out just a little bit too tight.
Oh, yeah.
Not right fit.
Yeah.
So what we do with that is, because we're cutting the shape and we've got more on this side, we'll swap it around.
Oh yeah. Just to save.
Just to get and you save on your fabric.
Yeah.
So it's actually good to know, important to know how to lay out.
Yeah.
And where to swap over, and so instead of
apparently you're very well known for that, Jan. Saving fabric, you like to find the best ways. That's what I've heard.
Yeah. It's normally what happens is if people find that they're short on fabric, they bring it to me. She'll be able to make it.
Yeah.
Magic cure, she's got. It used to annoy me, actually, believe it or not, when I had the shop. All these ladies coming in, no, you can do it. I said, no, auntie, I can't do it. No, it's not enough. No, but you can do it.
Yeah.
They keep insisting, you can do it.
Yeah.
And you get to a point, you say, all right, I'll do it. You have to say, Alhamdulillah, thank God. God has given each of us different abilities and different attributes to do things. So I might be good in one thing and you might be brilliant in something else. No one person has got everything. Okay, that's basic cutting. If I was actually without the explanation, and if I was just cutting and sewing this, sewing something like this, you could probably stitch it up within an hour. Cut it and stitch it up in an hour. Which is,
Is this a very basic dress to you? Is this absolute basics?
Well, sewing wise, I suppose so, because normally with the only difficulty with this is obviously the frills and so on.
Yeah. And I suppose also...
And then sussing out what you're doing because you've not really... It's not what you've sewn.
No, because you've probably not made this before, have you?
I've probably made stuff, but it's not something that I commonly make.
No.
You know, it would have been that I've probably done something like it, but maybe for Anaya or maybe for... But it's not something that I've done repetitively.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's normally the better you become at something is the more time you do it, the better you become at it. And so sewing something maybe a first time or the second time, and also some people find it difficult to sewing under pressure as well, because obviously now I'm sewing something for someone completely obviously different, which is like a Western English person, and also sewing to try and doing it in front of a camera where you're visible to the whole world can also present a challenge as well. But for me, I often find that challenges don't really bother me. I just get on with it because it's like second nature.
Yeah.
Right. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just take a little short break here. Read my prayer.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
No, don't worry about it. And